Hi everybody, I'm Kim. I'm with Arkansas Legal Services Partnership. My tech tips actually focus on content and content management because Vince and I, working in legal aid, know that the blank page tends to scare folks. It doesn't scare me. I write, that's what I do. I love it. I enjoy creating new content, especially content that will be used on our website. But we know that the blank page can be kind of overwhelming for folks, so I'm here to give you guys some tips on that. Where to find content? Borrow. That's usually our policy. Free content is readily available wherever you look, especially for federal resources like ftc.gov, DHS.gov, which is Department of Homeland Security, and even FEMA.gov has a lot. We also, for ourselves, for some consumer tips or like landlord-tenant tips, look at our the Arkansas Attorney General website to try to figure out what to provide folks. And those websites not only have free publications that you can order for your office and distribute like you would any brochure, but also content like helpful information and helpful videos and web pages that you can take onto your own website. There is also sharelaw.org, which is this wonderful site funded by a TIG from the LSC that we really appreciate, in which to help content developers and website administrators find content that they can carry to their own site. It provides secure access. You have to have username and password even to access sharelaw.org. And it gives you access to other folks' website without having to have an individual login for each website. And right now we have like Legal Aid of Nebraska, Connecticut Network for Legal Aid. What's also great about this is that it gives you access to their private content, especially if you're trying to look for information from kind of their advocate side of things for client letters or pleadings that you want to use as an example, so you don't have to come up with something else all by yourself. I'm going to show you guys sharelaw.org right here. This is from the library, and you can kind of see that this is all their bankruptcy information that I found, and Idaho Legal Aid Services, Legal Aid of Nebraska, us, ALSP right here, have some information on bankruptcy that you can review, and it tells you where it comes from. You can bookmark it. It gives you a nice dashboard, a link, a little brief summary of it, and if I were to click on that link, then I see from Idaho Legal Aid Services, this is their bankruptcy information. You're still on sharelaw.org, which is awesome. You can go to your dashboard, back to ShareLaw if you want, but you can email this page to your content developer, or you can bookmark it and have it handy and accessible for your dashboard when you need to go back and kind of look at it and figure out what you want to write. And here's the fancy dashboard and some libraries which follows the NSMI, so you can find information for a lot of things, like I said, a library of resources. And with the importance of a lot of multimedia content, sharelawvideo.org has the same sort of library resources except for videos. You have to have the same login, but it gives you kind of access that you can copy the embed code and then kind of take it to your own website. LawStuffInteractive.org also has a number of great resources, especially as we find that pro se litigants should have automated forms for their use. And as you try to develop automated forms, we have a wonderful community here. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, which is fantastic. You can download from Massachusetts or from anywhere else, and of course substantive law might not necessarily apply to your jurisdiction, but it can give you an idea of what kinds of questions they asked, how they set up the qualifying questions to make sure that, hey, can this resource even be used by your pro se users, how they did the Learn Mores, which are these nice helpful pop-up screens, to explain, hey, this might not be easily understood by people who are trying to use the forms. Let's try to give a little bit more explanatory information. And you can download those files to your computer and open them up in A2J or Hot Docs and take a look at them and see their script. So you can try to figure out how to format your own interviews and Hot Docs, and also kind of what questions you should be looking out for, and maybe some things that you hadn't considered from a variable point of view. Another great resource that we use for our website, we call them fact sheets, which they're quick and easy. They're simple, 1 to 2 pages maximum. And it also helps us because Vince and I, we love writing content, yes, but we're also doing a million other things. And this gives everybody in the office an opportunity to kind of buy into our website and to provide content for it without Vince and I having to all write it for them, especially if they have a great idea. We want them to go for it and write it and share it. And the fact sheet, we have a nice little format, so it has the title, so they don't have to think about how to format it. We just hand them this. And we just created that in Microsoft Word, which is really easy. We have a month and a year so that we know when it was last updated. Some of our fact sheets, we realize, haven't been updated in a few years, and that's kind of scary. But it knows that, hey, when we have to do our updates, that's the one we need to focus on to bring it up and still keep it relevant to our site visitors. The importance of fact sheets, though, is that to make sure that they're accessible to a wide range of folks. And we emphasize plain language. I'm sure everybody's heard it a lot. Emphasis on plain language, making sure that any resources that you put on your website or in these A2J interviews or in your hot docs can be easily understood to a wide audience. And plain language is generally making it readable from a 5th to 8th grade reading level so that it can reach a wide number of folks, especially low-income folks who might not necessarily have the education to understand all your resources. You want to make sure that they're accessible. And it's really great. There's writeclearly.org, which I'm sure some of you have heard about, which has a plain language library, an online plain language gadget. There's plainlanguage.gov. LSNTAP even has resources on readability and designing for low literacy users. I'm going to show you how the writeclearly.org, like I said, this is the website, writeclearly.org, and they have this really nice online plain language gadget. I'm going to pull up the fact sheet that you guys saw on the previous slide on service that we have in development right now, which is a complicated topic. And so I definitely want to make sure that I make it as easy to understand as possible for pro se users who have a hard time understanding what service is and how to prove service to the judge. So all you have to do is copy and paste your text in there, and I only pasted like the first heading, and then you click Get Report. And you have all of these different grade and reading levels and readability indexes right up here, so you kind of have an idea of what it is. What I really love about this resource, though, is that it gives you sentence by sentence a score. And it highlights words in green, like here considered, saying it kind of flags it for us and says that, hey, I probably want to use a different word there because that won't necessarily be easily understood. I can see that I have a lot of long sentences in here that I kind of need to get rid of, some sentences that I need to shorten, and some things that I need to make a little bit more understandable. And yeah, so you can see the little score here, the lower the better. What is service? 2.81, yes. And the rest I need to cut down and shorten and make a little bit more understandable. This is really great too. I have the benefit of not being an attorney, which is the whole reason Vince hired me in the first place, is so that I could write content and make sure that it was understood by a wide range of users. And we, however, encourage our attorneys to write content if they have the time and they're willing to provide us with insights on what resources we need to provide. For me, getting content from an attorney, I can also use Write Clearly to say, hey, what do I need to focus on, and makes it a little bit easier for me to make that fact sheet understandable before I post it on our website. Some quick writing tips, however, to keep in mind as you are writing content, and things that I always emphasize when I have interns who come in to help, or attorneys who want to help us provide more content, or our AmeriCorps volunteers who have been fantastic, is short sentences are your friends. I know it sounds simple, and for us it might not read as naturally, but this is what will be easily understood to a wide range of audiences, short sentence. Bullet points and numbers are also your friends. I probably need to add more to the Renters checklist here. That serves as an example. Bullet points and numbers draw the reader's eyes to information that they need to know immediately because they're going to skim. most of us are skimmers. We don't read every word that's printed on a page, so you want to make sure that you highlight it. Large, easy to understand headings as well. Sometimes that's in the form of a question. And I always advise that if your heading is in the form of a question, the first sentence should answer yes or no. Some people go into the long explanation, and what people want to know is, yes, I need to know the condition of the property before I sign the lease, or no, you don't. It's easy for your visitors to understand. White space is also your friend, which means that paragraphs should be short. There shouldn't be wall-to-wall text on a piece of paper that scares people. And 1 to 2 pages maximum, and like I said, get to the point, which if you ask a question in your heading or even in the body of the text, the next thing should be the answer so that people can easily identify what they want. Pulling information and content from a number of websites, though, with the importance of multimedia content and making things more accessible, having audio and video and interactive flash, as a content developer, that can be a nightmare because I don't want all that information. I really just want text for a fact sheet or for a web page, and I want to make it easy and accessible. I tend to use Print Friendly. It's been an awesome resource. It eliminates all the text, and it's great, and I love it. You can see here from the ftc.gov website, it eliminated the sidebar and kind of gave all the text. You can click on it to delete text and arrange it. You can print it, email it to yourself, or send it straight to a PDF. Print Friendly is really great. You can go to printfriendly.org and just paste in the URL. What I really love, I use it quite often, is the Bookmarklet right here, which for Chrome and Firefox, all you have to do is drag it right there to your toolbar, and it's there, and you can click on it. So if we were on the ftc.gov website again, all I have to do is, I'm still on that website, I don't have to open up another tab or browser, I just click that Bookmarklet, and it brings up with all the information, which there's so much flash information, as you can see, that it pretty much only gave me the headings. But you can click there and just delete all that information whenever you don't want, and then click out of it. You can undo if you're like, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Undo that. You can change the text size to what you want. If it's difficult for you to read, it reminds you what's there. And if you need to, you can print it and, like I said, email it or send it to yourself as a PDF. And sometimes you just need a break from writing. What we've loved in the office is quickmeme.com. Our attorneys use it too, and it's just this great little fun tool to encourage each other to write content, or if there's been an impact case that was resolved, or someone helped the client save $30,000 in SSI benefits. Our office loves to send these nice quick memes, like creative for fact sheet victory. Quickmeme.com has been fantastic, and it's a lovely little boost that you can use right here, and it's so easy. So all you do is click make a meme, and they have all of these images all over the place. I like the baby, tough. He's awesome. So it's like, yay, I finished my first presentation. And then the second caption, get free chocolate. And then you can save and share it just with anyone in your office to give them a quick boost or to encourage them to give you more content. You can share a tiny link. You can like it on Facebook, but it's all right there. Success Kids, because we have successfully completed and cheered each other on, and you should do that. So I love, and then having to sit here in an office, sometimes you need some mood music. At least I do. Vince and I operate on music for creating content, for writing content, for just sitting here figuring out what content we need to share, what changes we need to make to the website. Our office meetings consist of him playing guitar. It's awesome. I love it. So if I'm sitting on the desk, it's lovely if you have music. I love Spotify if I know exactly what I want to listen to. Sometimes you have no idea what you want to listen to, and you just want an easy playlist that you don't have to think about because you're already having to think about what content to create. Songza is excellent. You can go to the web version. It's also a free app on the iPhone and Android. And what it does is it comes with pre-made playlists. So depending on what time it is in the day, what day it is, it's Wednesday afternoon, for example, play music for brand new music, boosting your energy. It's late in the afternoon. For me, it's Central Daylight Time. It's after lunch. I clearly need some dubstep drops just to get my energy back up and to listen to something that terrifies me. So you can listen to today's dubstep hits and then start listening to that and write a whole bunch of fact sheets and finish all the content and edits for the website on top of planning for a Joy Board Retreat. You've got this down. It's like you're a rock star because you are having to create all of this content for everybody. And that is really the last app that I have to share with you guys, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to pass this back to Liz.
Great. Thank you so much, Kim.